pen is easy to find in purse or pocket and can't get scratched. So give her the sleek and lovely new Lady Capri by Papermate. Complete with clip-on carry case and extra refill. Just $2.95, beautifully gift boxed.
The Gillette Cavalcade of Sports is on the air.
Sharp too. Choose a razor that is built for you. Light and regular and heavy. Hey, slick shave or any beard.
Good evening. This is Jimmy Powers speaking from Madison Square Garden in New York City and welcoming you to another boxing match sent your way by the Gillette Safety Razor Company. In the arena tonight, it's Gene Ace Armstrong of Elizabeth, New Jersey, and his opponent in the right corner, Italo Scortichini of Italy. It's a 10-round middleweight match scored by rounds. As a simple thank you to the men and women who buy Gillette products, we telecast the major boxing event of the week every Friday night throughout the year. And such attractions as the Kentucky Derby, All-Star Baseball Game, World Series, World's Invitational Match Game Bowling Championships, Blue and Gray Football Game, and the Rose Bowl Game.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the pleasing heavyweight from Linden, New Jersey, Harold Carter. Harold Carter. One of the leading contenders for the lightweight championship of the world from the Bronx, Paolo Rossi. Paolo Rossi. 1 week from tonight, ladies and gentlemen, one of the outstanding crowd pleasers of all time, Gaspar Ortega, will meet the youngster from New Jersey, Stephan Riddle, in the main event of 10 rounds. Now here are the ring officials assigned by the New York State Athletic Commission. The judges are Tony Castellano and Frank Forbes. The timekeeper is George Bannon. Counting for the knockdowns, Johnny Burns. Your referee for the main event, Teddy Martin. 10 rounds. From Elizabeth, New Jersey, wearing black trunks, weighing 157 3/4, Gene Ace Armstrong. Armstrong. His opponent from Rye, New York, wearing white trunks, weighing 161, Italo Scortichini. Scortichini. Main event, 10 rounds.
All right. Now, both you boys boxed in New York State before. I know that you know the rules of our commission. But let me remind you, we applied the mandatory 8-count knockdown rule. If you should be the one that scored the knockdown, you go to the farthest Newton corner, stay there until I complete my count, and I'll wave you in to resume boxing. You could punch with one hand free, provided you're not holding with the other. Or else you'll break, step back, and step back clean. If any one of you knocked down 3 times in any one round, the fight ends right there. Good luck to both of you.
Armstrong in black has had only 16 professional fights. Scortichini, 71.
Here we go. Come on in.
Armstrong is 27, Scortichini 29. Both men won the last time out. Armstrong in black, unbeaten. Scortichini, last fight January the 8th, he knocked out Franco Suziano in Rome, Italy. He stung Armstrong with that right to the ribs and a left hook to the head. Beautiful right-hand lead by Armstrong. 1 minute to the end of round one here in Madison Square Garden on your Gillette Cavalcade of Sports. Unbeaten Ace Armstrong in black against the champion of Italy, Italo Scortichini. Both gloves high, protecting his chin. 10 seconds to the end of round one. That's the end of round one.
But oh, that beard!
The only way that you can get a decent shave, they say, is with a razor by Gillette. It gets the call today. Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp. Now there's a razor, Gillette Super Speed, with the blade edge and the weight you need. Light, regular, heavy, hey, only way to get a decent shave.
One of them, the light, regular, or heavy, has it for you. The precise blade edge exposure, angle, and weight to give you quick shaves, good-looking, refreshing shaves. That's guaranteed. One piece, change blades, rinse clean, so. $1 buys utmost shaving luxury. Gillette Super Speed Razor, Gillette Blue Blade Dispenser, and compact travel case. Somebody just set off a firecracker here in the garden. Premature 4th of July celebration going on behind us. There's a large Italian rooting section here for Italo Scortichini, a very popular, very handsome boy in the white trunks. He won 41 fights and scored 15 knockouts. Armstrong scored only 1 knockout out of his 16 wins. pace here in round 2. Scortichini using that raking left hook very too much to advantage. Armstrong has a longer reach. He's holding his man off with those longer jabs. Scortichini has short arms. He has to weave and move in to get close. That left has been very effective this round for Scortichini. He's been doing most of the leading in this round. Closing strong here. Beautiful rally at the bell. That's Scortichini going to his corner after a very fine showing in round 2 here. He's very popular, as you can tell by the applause. He's Italy's middleweight champion, but no newcomer. He made his start here in 53, and he defeated Willie Pastrano. He drew with Carmen Basilio. And his last showing in 56 was a 10-round victory over Wilfie Greaves. Since then, he's traveled extensively throughout Italy and France. His early start was in the amateurs, started when he was 14. In crossing the Atlantic on the Andrea Doria in 1952, he met a girl from the Bronx, married her, and their 2 children are named after that boat, a daughter Doria and Andrea, a son. He's a graduate of vocational high school where he learned to be a machinist. He's most grateful for the money he made here in his 21 American appearances because it enabled him to buy 2 villas in Fabriano, a house in Milan, and 1 in Rome. His last opponent, Franco Ciziani, had also been undefeated in 16 bouts before being stopped by Scortichini. Quite a coincidence. When he gets hit on the body with a right, has a habit of ducking his head, and that's when he runs into those left hooks. Warrior really bombing. Beautiful fight. A lot of fire and ginger in this one. Oh, a left hook right on the chin. A left hook. Armstrong can't find a defense for it. Beautiful 1-2 by Armstrong. Those high gloves are an excellent defense. There's a classic pose. 2 gloves held high, giving good protection to the head. One minute to the end of round 3, Madison Square Garden near Gillette Cavalcade of Sports. Ace Armstrong, unbeaten, and the black trunks, the champion of Italy, Italo Scortichini in the white. Getting to Scortichini now with those right-hand leads. Seconds.
there in 15 minutes.
Okay, I'll be there, Buster. Now you take the air. You know, television brings out the ham in some guys, but TV cameras bring out the beard and hope. So it's me for my regular before-performance Gillette shave. Clean, man, clean, and smooth as a... Well, smooth anyway. And a Gillette shave gives you a lift. It's refreshing as a... Well, it's refreshing, too. So if you want to make the big league in baseball or be a television star, you take it away, Mr. Announcer. You tell them how.
Right, Bob. The easy, refreshing way to shave is the Gillette way, because only Gillette offers a choice of 3 razors, light, regular, and heavy, one exactly matched to your skin and beard. Get yours where you see this display. Razor, Gillette Blue Blade dispenser, and trim travel case, $1. Both these clever men were undefeated as amateurs. Armstrong in black seldom seems to let his guard down. He trained 3 months in a gym before he'd even have a preliminary fight, a 4-rounder. All his actions. Beautiful, classic style. A couple of good swipes by Scortichini had him backing up there. In that Scortichini, he carries on a rally much longer than Armstrong. Armstrong is very deliberate and spaces his leads. Scortichini goes into long rallies. Boys enjoy that infighting. They can fight just as well in close as far out. There's that combination. He leaps in with a long left to jar his man off balance and then follows up with a quick right. Armstrong scoring very heavily in this round. This is his biggest round. He's really punishing Scortichini now. Well, that was a big round for Armstrong. Let's take a look at our boy here. We had our, here's a very good crowd here tonight first before we pan our way over there. Very fine. We have regulars here, a very distinguished group at Madison Square Garden. It's a famous place. Everyone likes to come here and see the fights. And we have a good rooting crowd here tonight. Now, I got my first look at Armstrong in the Eastern Golden Gloves Championships. 20 out of the 21 last fights either had Golden Glovers in the finals or both men were Golden Glovers in the main event. And, of course, next Wednesday evening, the New York Daily News will again run the finals of this great Golden Gloves tournament. In the service, Ace Armstrong was the first Army champion, 112th Division title holder. Runner-up was All-Army champ. He had about 100 bouts in the service. Before making Elizabeth, New Jersey his home, he lived in Pickensville, Georgia. And he also lived in Tupelo, Mississippi, Ardmore, Oklahoma, and he now calls Elizabeth, New Jersey his home. Between fights, he acts as a bottle stacker in a gin factory. And for that, he's paid $108 a week. stacking gin and does not drink. Married, the father of 2 girls. Willie Robinson is his brother-in-law and manager. Undefeated Gene Armstrong in the black. Italo Scortichini, the champion of Italy, in white. Scortichini's best round was the second. Scortichini has a habit of cranking up his mitt before he throws it. Sort of winds up, cranks it up, and then lets it go. Armstrong just drops his throws in, straight, direct punches. One minute to the end of round 5 on your Gillette Cavalcade of Sports, coming your way from Madison Square Garden tonight. Undefeated Armstrong in black, Italian champ in white. 10 seconds. That's the end of round 5. 98 cents. If you'll note, Armstrong doesn't score many knockouts, only one in his pro career, but he's a punishing fighter. He hits you off into the head and the body. That's a slip, and the rosin dust will be wiped off his glove. The rosin dust is needed on the canvas to prevent the flat-sole shoes from slipping all over like a skating rink. Right, scored by Armstrong, and it stung Scortichini into a rally. It angered him because he was belted squarely on the chin. A short, crisp right. Terrific timing. Crisp, accurate punching. Scortichini's gloves are coming down. He's getting tired. He has his gloves down opposite his stomach now, and his head is open. Friday, the Gillette Cavalcade of Sports presents welterweights Gaspar Ortega and Stefan Redl. Ortega is the 23-year-old lucky Indian from Mexicali, Mexico, a free swinging hitter, a good kick in either fist. He has a 48-14 record. His opponent, Redl, a truck driver when not fighting, is a bouncy puncher, always dangerous. The pressing bulldog type never gives up. It'll be an interesting conflict in styles. Redl is the same weight but 5.5 inches shorter. He has a 22-3 record. So next Friday from famous Madison Square Garden, it'll be Gaspar Ortega, Stefan Redl on your Gillette Cavalcade of Sports. Earlier tonight, Solomon Boysaw of Cleveland won a decision over Eddie Armstrong of Elizabeth, New Jersey. And Candy McFarland of Philadelphia defeated Gene Gresham on a TKO, a cut eye. Gresham was leading before he suffered the eye cut. Jack Smith of Harlem decisioned Tommy Hayden of Brooklyn. And now here's the main event. Gene Armstrong undefeated on the left. Italo Scortichini, the champion of Italy, in the white trunks. Is undefeated in 16 straight fights. This is his 17th. And Solomon Boysaw, who was quite a comer, he's undefeated in 21 fights now as a pro. Fans saw a good supporting card here tonight. Scortichini's been stung. He really fights back. 1 minute to go in round 7 on your Gillette Cavalcade of Sports. Pulling back in time. He's going up. Just a half a step slow, getting away from those counters. Right counters to the head. Short punches and they're jolting on him. Scortichini's nose beginning to bleed. 10 seconds to go in round 7. That's the end of round 7.
Whip Wilson is a nice, jovial ball player. Only 2 things make him mad. Striking out, and pens that skip. He can't stop striking out. Blast that flutter rep! But he stopped using pens that skip when he got a new Capri Mark III by Papermate. The Capri Mark III is new from tip to clip and guaranteed not to skip. Watch. We'll take some butter and smear it on the paper. Here's an ordinary pen. See it skip over the butter? Now the new Capri Mark III with detergent action cleans its own path. Positively won't skip. So get a new Capri Mark III by Papermate for just $2.49. Whip Wilson did. Now only one thing makes him mad. Striking out.
Yes, the new Capri Mark III by Papermate is guaranteed not to skip. Even writes over butter. Just $2.49 at stores everywhere. Very interesting contrast in styles. You'll notice the way this Armstrong holds his hands and the way Scortichini starts a punch, and he keeps his hands low and depends on movements of his head to get out of the range of punches. Matchmaker Jack Barrett has arranged some real slam bangers over the past month and a half, and the pairings the next month indicate the same action-type bouts and contrast in styles. Next week's is one that'll interest every student of boxing. Matchmaker Jack Barrett has done a terrific job since he's taken over here. Scortichini slowing down. He won the second round with a great rally, but Armstrong has kept up the pace and is now punching very effectively. Scortichini unable to get past those defenses of Armstrong. Gloves high, long left to keep him off balance, and then a quick right like that. That's been the pattern ever since the start of the fight. Real polished boxer, even though he's had only 16 fights. His brother was the Eddie Armstrong that lost tonight to Solomon Boysaw, who is unbeaten, and Eddie is in his corner. Two Armstrong boys have given each other support. No defense for that. He just ducks his head and they bounce off his chin. Well, last week, tonight we had the two Armstrongs. Here's Ace Armstrong and his brother Eddie. Last week we had the two Fulmers on the card, Gene and his young brother Jay. Now, it's not the brother act that draws any attention as much as the name Armstrong, because it's almost 22 years to the date when another Armstrong made his start here in the ring facing Mike Belois, but hammering Hank's busy fists caught up with Mike and stopped him in 4. And then Henry Armstrong was on his way. He won the next 35, and in so doing, won 3 world titles and held 3 all at the same time. You can't do that today. He stopped Petey Sarin in this ring in 6 to win the feather title, won the welterweight title from Barney Ross at Long Island Bowl, then came back 2.5 months later and won the lightweight title from Lou Ambers right here in this famous Garden Ring. Now, within a period of 1 year, Henry Armstrong accomplished a feat never equaled by another boxer, holding 3 titles at one and the same time. Today, Henry Armstrong is a minister of God, devoting a good deal of his time to helping wayward boys. And this indeed is an Armstrong that will long be remembered. But starting out now on his 17th professional fight is another Armstrong, Ace, in the black trunks. Notice the difference in footwork, too, as well as their the way they hold their gloves. Armstrong has a different stance. He's balanced, hard to knock off his feet. Occasionally, Scortichini stands flat-footed, both feet parallel. Armstrong boxing very confidently, well within himself, scoring points. Scortichini seems to be a little tired and a little discouraged. Looked up at the clock then, and there's still more than a minute left in round 9. You can tell by their facial expressions and their general demeanor sometimes. These are 2 long rounds now for Scortichini. Those jolting shots have taken a lot out of him. There's 1 minute to go now in round 9.
For you.
Thanks.
Hot Beastler.
I'm grateful, and you are so great. But that yarn, I still can't take it.
She means a decent shave, old man. So make with the Gillette. Look sharp, be sharp, be sharp.
What a razor.
Gillette Super Speed in every season.
It's a friend indeed.
Light, regular, heavy.
Oh, only way to get a decent shave.
Discover how easy it is for you to get refreshing, comfortable shaves. Make a safari to a nearby store and pick up a Gillette Super Speed Razor that fits your skin and beard exactly. Light has the precise edge, exposure, angle, and weight for lighter beards, regular for average beards, heavy for dense beards. Change blades so. $1 for Gillette Super Speed Razor, Gillette Blue Blade Dispenser, and travel case. They touch gloves, 10th and final round of a 10-rounder here at Madison Square Garden on your Gillette Cavalcade of Sports. In case you just tuned in, that's Armstrong in black, Scortichini, the Italian champion, in white. Scortichini won the second round, but Armstrong has been pitching a near shutout all the way. Beautiful boxer, well poised. Even when he leads, he always comes back into a protective move, just well balanced, ready to punch or parry. A model for young boxers to emulate. Minutes left in the round. Nice left hook to the body by Scortichini. Scortichini is beginning to welcome those clinches now. He's got a minute to go, and it's been a long, grueling fight. He's taken quite a pounding. Short, jolting shots to the head and body. He is running out of gas as we come into the final 50 seconds of this fight here. He's making a game effort not to just collapse out of sheer exhaustion. Those jolting little shots have taken their toll. Seconds left. Armstrong still strong, still scoring, peppering away that tattoo. Seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. That's the end of the fight. We'll have the decision in just a moment. You know, if you ask a group of men to decide what's most important to them about shaving, you undoubtedly will get a variety of answers. One goes for comfort, another speed, another that clean, refreshed feeling. Well, whichever is most important to you, you get it with the new Gillette Super Speed Razor that's matched to your skin and beard. You know, there are 3 Gillette Super Speed Razors: light, regular, and heavy. The light is perfect for men who have lighter beards. For you men with average skin and beard, there's the regular. And the heavy is the ticket for men with dense, hard-to-shave beards. One of these modern Gillette Super Speed Razors is precision engineered to give you the shaves of your life. Comfortable, refreshing shaves that really last. One-piece construction for quick blade changing and rinsing. So, why not ante up $1 and get yourself today's Gillette Super Speed Razor? It's complete with trim travel case and dispenser of Gillette Blue Blades. Well, there's Italo Scortichini in a blue and white robe. Thought he was going to run out of gas there for a while. He made a gallant effort to stay on his feet. He had a very good second round. That was his big round of the night.
Both judges, Tony Castellano and Frank Forbes, and the referee, Teddy Martin, score it 9-1 in favor of Armstrong. Winner by unanimous decision, Gene Armstrong.
All right, the second round was the only round, as we said, and was a near shutout for Armstrong. A very brilliant showing here tonight, 9-1, 9-1, and 9-1. There he is. He's now had 17 fights, and he won 17. Next Friday from Madison Square Garden in New York, Gillette presents a 10-round welterweight bout between Gaspar Ortega and Stefan Redl. Our technical director was Bob